Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see how to simplify complex fractions using order of operations. Let us take an example here. We want to simplify this complex fraction using order of operations. Simplify 5 over 7 plus, open parenthesis, 2 and 1/2 minus 3 over 4, this whole thing divided by 1 over 4 raised to the power of 2. So this is what we have. So now we want to be able to simplify this following these steps. Step number 1. Let us first write down the order of operation process. The order of operation process is PEMDAS, PEMDAS. We want to first open up the parentheses or work inside the parentheses, simplify the numbers inside the parentheses, then expand the exponents, perform the multiplication from left of the equation to the right of the equation, perform the division from left of the equation to the right of the equation, perform addition and subtraction from left of the equation to right of the equation. So that is step number 1. In step 2, we're going to start to simplify this. We'll take first things first. We'll simplify the numbers inside the parentheses, and the numbers inside the parentheses are 2 and 1/2. 2 and 1/2 minus 3 over 4. So we can write this as 2 and 1/2 is in a mixed number format, and 3/4 is in a regular fraction. It is a proper fraction. So we'll convert this mixed number into an improper fraction. We take the denominator, multiply to the number on the side, take the product of that, add it to the numerator part of the fraction, divide the whole thing by the denominator part of the fraction, which is 2, minus 3 over 4. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 divided by 2, minus 3 over 4. So when we simplify this some more, this is going to be 5 over 2 minus 3 over 4. As we can see here, 4 is a multiples of 2, so therefore the common denominator, the least common multiple for these numbers 2 and 4, we can think about it as 4, isn't it? So what we want to do here is we want to say 2 times what number is equal to 4, and 4 times what number is equal to 4. We know that 2 times 2 is equal to 4, and 4 times 1 is equal to 4, and therefore the common denominator we want to select is going to be equal to 4. So in the fraction 5 over 2, we take that fraction and then multiply and divide by 2, like that. Let me write this 2 a little more cleaner. Divide by 2. And then the second fraction, which we have 3 over 4, we're going to multiply and divide by 1. So when we multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, this is what is going to come out. 5 times 2 is 10, 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 times 1 is 3, and then 4 times 1 is 4. So the common denominator now is 4. So when we have a common denominator, we're going to combine the numerator parts. We have a 10 in the first fraction, we have a 3 in the second fraction. So therefore 10 minus 3 is equal to 7, and then divided by 4. So this, the fractions inside the parentheses simplified to 7 over 4. Right? So now we're going to write the rest of the equation. In step number 2, the equation is 5 over 7 plus 2 1/2 minus 3/4 divided by 1 over 4, the whole thing raised to the power of 2. So we have 5 over 7 plus 2 and 1/2 minus 3/4 simplified to 7 over 4, and then divided by 1 over 4 raised to the power of 2. In the second step, we're going to expand the exponents. We have 1 over 4 raised to the power of 2. This is an exponent. What is it telling us? The base term needs to be repeated the number of times the exponential term is indicating to us. So therefore 1 over 4 times 1 over 4, we're going to multiply the numerators, which is going to be equal to 1, divided by multiply the denominators, which is going to be equal to 16. So 1 over 4 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 1 over 16. Therefore we can write this one as 5 over 7 plus 7 over 4 times or divided by 1 over 16. So how can we write this? We can write this as 5 over 7 plus 7 over 4 divided by 1 over 16. So that is what we have. So here, when we let us take it onto the side here, when we have 7 over 4 divided by 1 over 16, we mentioned that when we have fractions in the numerator and in the denominator, we're going to write the first numerator fraction as is, convert the division into multiplication, and then write the inverse of 1 over 16. 1 over 16 we can write as 16 over 1, like that. And therefore when we simplify this, this is going to be equal to, this is going to come out as follows. 16 is the multiples of 4, so therefore 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16. So when we simplify this, we're going to write this one as 7 times 4, which is 28, and then 1 times 1 is equal to 1. So therefore we can come back here and then write this as follows: 5 over 7 plus 28 over 1. Now again we're going to look at these two denominators, and then we want to find the least common multiple between the numbers 7 and 1, right? So we know that 7 times what number is equal to 7, and 1 times what number is equal to 7. So that is the only way we will be able to find the common denominator, or the least common multiple between the numbers 7 and 1. 7 times 1 is 7, and 1 times 7 is 7. So therefore when we take these numbers to find the common denominator, we will take the first fraction, multiply and divide by 1. We take the second fraction and then multiply and divide by 7. So when we do this, we can simplify this some more. 5 times 1 is 5, 7 times 1 is 7, plus 28 times 7. 28 times 7 is going to be equal to 196 divided by 7. Since we have a common denominator now, we're going to write the denominator once and then combine the numerators. 5 plus 196 divided by 7. So this is going to be equal to 201 divided by 7. 5 plus 196 is 201 divided by 7 is going to be equal to 201 divided by 7. So therefore the answer came out as an improper fraction of this kind. An improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator part is greater than the denominator part. We can express this in a mixed number format. So therefore we can take the numerator and then divide it by the denominator part. So in here 7 times, we're going to do the long division. 7 times what number is equal to or less than 20? 7 times 2 is 14. When we subtract 14 from 20, we are left with 6. We borrow this one here. 7 times what number is equal to or less than 61? 7 times 8 is 56. And then when we subtract 56 from 61, we are left with 5. So we leave it there. Therefore we can write this as, we can write 201 divided by 8 as equal to 28 5 over 7, like that. So therefore this whole fraction, this whole complex fraction, simplified to 201 over 7, which is in an improper fraction format, or which is 28 5 over 7, which is in a mixed number format. This is the way we want to want to simplify complex fractions using the order of operations. Thank you for being with my presentation.